Are we live?
Yep, you can start.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to call this meeting to order. We have a quorum present, and it is 6:32 p.m. Public comments. Comments will be taken from the audience participating in Zoom meetings on non-agenda related topics for a length of time not to exceed 3 minutes per person. Comments on specific agenda items must be made when the item comes before the commission. To address the Planning and Zoning Commission, please register and submit the speaker card following the instructions for public speaking above. No action may be taken by the Planning and Zoning Commission during public comments. Onto the public hearing. Conduct a public hearing on a concept plan for the Maynard Wolf subdivision, 125 lots and being 50.34 acres more or less, and being located near the intersection of North FM 973 and Johnson Road, Maynard, Texas. And I saw that this one, they want to be pulled.
Yes, so they're doing some slight modifications to it, which didn't actually require that it be pulled, but they are, obviously they're wanting the one that goes through for the approvals to be their kind of final version. So they asked for the public hearing and the subsequent action item number 5 to be pulled, and so it'll come back in like a month or two. So
Okay. Do we need a motion to close it still?
Just a motion to like pull it. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Can we take the motion during the public hearing?
No. So yeah, just close. Yeah, you can make a motion. Well, we didn't open the public hearing, so we're gonna redo that. So you could just say it's pulled.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay. On to 2, or do we need to take a motion for that?
No, you just acknowledge that the item's been pulled. The public hearing's been pulled. Sorry.
Okay. Yes. Public hearing's been pulled. 2, conduct a public hearing on a preliminary plat for Presidential Glen commercial subdivision, 3 lots on 5.38 acres, more or less, and being located near the intersection of US Highway 290 East and Paseo de Presidente Boulevard, Maynard, Texas.
Okay, so I mentioned kind of earlier before the start of the meeting that there was someone that had signed up to speak, and they've actually joined now. So I'm going to admit them and just maybe let them know what's going on. And so they'll give their comments on this item. 1 second. Hey, Stephanie, are you there? Microphone's not set up yet.
Scott, can you give us some background on this one?
Sure. Yeah, I'll see if Miss Andrews' microphone gets set up. I'm letting you know. So this it's currently one platted commercial lot, and they are subdividing it into 3 commercial lots. And so it's been approved by our engineers, and so when we get to that action item, that's relevant. But for the public hearing, yeah, they're just splitting up a larger 5.38 acre commercial tract into 3 smaller commercial lots. And it's right at the corner of Paseo Presidente and 290. Cool. Stephanie, are you available?
Hi, yes. Sorry, I had issues getting connected in.
No problem. So yeah, I saw that you had filled out the speaker card, and it had been before the agenda had been posted. So we saw in your email that it was for Presidential Glen. That's why I brought you in on this item. And so this is the public comment section or the public hearing for that item. So if you can address the Planning Commission however you like.
Okay, so hello, I'm Stephanie Andrews. I actually live on Tasha Street. So this building that you guys are doing will affect my residential area. And my biggest question that I have with the newest layout that you guys sent is it looks as if you guys will be demolishing the stones entrance section where it says Presidential Glen. Is that correct?
That's not been, it is, they are platting a smaller lot to where that is, but that's not been determined. Nothing's been filed, they're just kind of creating a lot that property or that structure is on. I'm not sure if the developer or future owner of that lot plans to move that or change that or do anything with that.
Okay, I just request because it is a nice structure. It does, I feel, bring into some niceness to our neighborhood. And if that is planning on to being demolished, if we can either move that over to the other side of the street, or if we can keep it, it just is a nice structure into our neighborhood. It's a nice welcoming sign, and I'm not necessarily for the lot or for against it necessarily. I did listen to y'all's previous meetings on this, and I do just want to state that as far as the HOA is concerned, they've never notified us about us having a meeting over this property lot at all. So when you guys did have the developer speaking, I just want to say on behalf of that, we're on lot 4 or 5 on that map. I'm not sure which one that was. So it's right there. It's going to be basically what I look at whenever I walk out my front door. So I just want to say that there's been no communication with the HOA and us on that whenever you had the property developer out. And as just a citizen of this neighborhood, I do request that you guys consider either moving that or leaving that structure alone. And that's all I wanted to state.
Okay. That'll be noted. It'll be in the minutes and yes. So if that's all the comments you have, I'll move you back to the waiting room and if that's okay.
Do I need to stay or can I go?
No, you're free to go too if you like. So.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And the developer, or not developer, the engineer's here too. If y'all have questions for him, or if he wants to talk under the public comment, I can admit him. He may know. I'm not sure if he knows about that sign, but if you like, I can admit him.
Yeah, could we ask about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Kevin.
Yes. Hey, everyone.
Sure. So I'm not sure if you heard the public comment related to this item. They had some concerns about the entry monumentation. So they saw like one of the lots is going to be, around that, and they were wondering or concerned if the entry monument was going to be taken down or if it'd be moved, if you knew.
The plan is to preserve it as far as I'm aware. I know there's a few trees in the area and yeah, the monumentation. And right now, yeah, we're not planning on touching any of that.
Okay. I also live in the neighborhood here, and one thing I was wondering about is, are there going to be any improvements or any work done to the roads here? Specifically like from 290 to where that it looks like that property ends. It's pretty like bumpy significantly. Do you know if there's any work that's going to be done to that one?
As far as I'm aware of, I'm not positive about that. I apologize. I am kind of filling in for one of my team members, Rob Smith, who is actually on vacation this week. I can circle up with him once he's back from vacation and kind of email you offline. But to my understanding, I don't think there's anything in the works on that front right now.
So on the drawings that are provided, they have, I think in lot 2, it says phase 1, retail and commercial. Is there multiple phases as a part of this plan?
As of right now, we're only focusing on phase 1, which, deals with lot 1 of block KK of the Presidential Glen Phase 1A. I believe the seller is eventually looking at doing some work for that lot 2, but we don't have any schematics or any idea of what's going to go in there right now. Or at least I don't. I don't know if the seller has had offline conversations or, conversations outside of speaking with Kimley Horn. We do know there will be, our detention ponds have been sized for future impervious cover in that area, but we don't know what that looks like just yet.
I have a question. Have you had a traffic impact analysis done? Because I know that's another street that just gets crushed in the mornings with traffic, trying to get into 290, and there's all these 2-lane roads trying to do it, and they just back up, quick.
Sure thing. Yeah, I know there was a traffic impact analysis that was prepared with Presidential Glen Phase 1A, and I believe there was a memo that was sent along. I'm forgetting the dates. I apologize, but I do know that there was a supplemental memo that was issued. Scott might be able to kind of fill in the gaps on the dates for me there. Apologies for putting you on the spot there, Scott.
Very good. I don't have the dates, but you're right. Like when the subdivision as a whole was done, there was a TIA. And so the commercial areas that are along 290 were contemplated within that larger TIA. And so now that they're developing, they develop under that original TIA that talked about probably the light that's there now at Boat Arc, and then maybe, I forget the improvements. It is an older TIA, but yeah, there was one that was already done, and those carry through unless there's like substantial changes that they need to do amendments to it. But this is still commercial for commercial. It's not changing uses or anything like that.
Yeah, I just feel like we do these TIAs and then we do it anyway, and then it's bad traffic. It just seems like we should actually do something about it, now, rather than keep building and try and fix it later.
Right. Yeah, there's
So
only so much that can be required.
A question.
in the TIA, so.
question. So did that original TIA include the new proposed driveway to the west of lot 1?
I'm not sure the driveway's that proposed, but it probably is.
I believe that was always the intent, was to have connection from 290 as well as Paseo de Presidente. I believe that's the street name.
Yeah, but we can review it and send you the information if you like. But they very likely, originally platted those lots, those like larger lots, with the intention for proper driveway spacing along 290.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that one
definitely.
on
I would
290 is like a
appreciate that.
shared access one. It's split. So.
Right.
Okay, do we have any other questions on this one? Okay, can we have a motion to close the public hearing then?
Put a motion forward to close the public hearing on agenda item number 2.
I'll second.
Okay. Chairperson Tryon,
Yes.
Vice Chair Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammersmith,
Aye.
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
okay. Commissioner Chavez,
Yes, Chavis.
I'm sorry. And Commissioner Small.
Yes.
All right, great. Thank you all.
All right, on to 3. Conduct a public hearing on a short form final plat for Riata Ford Manor, one lot on 19.011 acres more or less and being located at 10507 US Highway 290 East Manor, Texas.
Okay. So this lot, they're just platting their pretty much existing property. They filed a site plan to increase some of their parking area. And that just triggered a little conformance that they need to do, one of which being the property was never platted back when they originally developed. So this is just a plat for their existing property.
Do you have any questions on this one? All right, if there's nothing, can we have a motion to close the public hearing?
I move that we close public hearing item number 4.
Second.
Chairperson Tryon,
Yes.
Vice Chair Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammersmith,
Aye.
Commissioner Chavis,
Yes.
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
and Commissioner Small.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to the consent agenda. All the following items on the consent agenda are considered to be self-explanatory by the Planning and Zoning Commission and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless requested by the chairperson or a commission member, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Item 4, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve the Planning and Zoning Commission minutes to February 10th, 2021 regular session. Do we have any issues with the consent agenda? Can we have a motion to approve?
I
Got a
move to
motion.
approve the minutes from the last, oh, sorry.
I'll second.
Okay. Chairperson Tryon,
Yes.
Vice Chair Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammersmith,
Aye.
Commissioner Chavis,
Yes.
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
and Commissioner Small.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
All right, on to the regular agenda. Now we pulled item 5. Do we still need to go through and vote on it?
No, you could just acknowledge it was pulled. No.
Okay, we acknowledge that item 5 is pulled. On to 6. Consideration, discussion, and possible action on a preliminary plat for Presidential Glen, Commercial Subdivision 3, lots on 5.38 acres more or less, and being located near the intersection of US Highway 290 East and Paseo de Presidente Boulevard, Manor, Texas.
Sure. And so these are those 3 lots, that larger commercial lot that's being subdivided into 3. And it's been approved by our engineers, so we are recommending approval.
So I have a question. Do they have to, so there's no improvements that they're contractually obligated to do related to this? Because it's
No.
commercial, so like I know residential, they have requirements, but because it's commercial, they don't have requirements?
The commercial would, it's just that the TIA was done by the developer back when they did the whole subdivision. And so because they're not changing the land uses or anything from that, you know, they didn't need to amend the TIA or redo anything. It's still, you know, the trip counts from the original TIA are still valid. So the improvements have been done, or at least the money's been paid for.
Question in regards to the TIA. What's the kind of limitations standard that you have to request, updated TIAs? Is that, more than 5 years or less?
The dates don't, I mean, as long as the project, like we're required, as long as the project is still active and like moving forward, their permits, like their series of permits are always, they're valid. And so you can't, so really the time-wise, it doesn't really affect the TIA. It's when they come in and modify land uses, then their proposal, they might have to come in and redo concept plans and stuff like that to make it consistent, and then that would cause them to have to amend their TIA, so that way everything's consistent. But this one, like I said, it's still commercial. They're not changing the zoning, nothing. It's just they're subdividing a property. And that's within their rights and abilities to do.
Thank you.
Can I have a motion on item 6?
Put a motion forward to close agenda item number 6.
Close or approve?
Oh, sorry. Approve.
Okay.
Can we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Chairperson Tryon,
Yes.
Vice Chair Leonard,
So I say yes, but we need to make the laws where we have to do more TIAs. If they're going to keep these things open forever, it's tax advantageous for them to do that. So they should have to update the things, but yes.
okay. Commissioner Hammersmith,
Aye.
Commissioner Chavis,
Yes.
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
and Commissioner Small.
Yes.
All right, great. Thank you.
Okay, 7, consideration, discussion, and possible action on a short form final plat for Riata Ford Manor, 1 lot on 19.011 acres, more or less, and being located at 10507 US Highway 290 East, Manor, Texas.
Okay, yep. So this is the platting of their existing property for the most part. So they can get site plan approval for some parking in the back of the property. And it has been approved by our engineers.
Does anyone have any questions on this one?
Generally, I don't care for this kind of plat because of the dead end streets that are created, but considering this is already actually there, I don't think we have a whole lot of options.
Mhm.
I move to approve agenda item number 7.
My second.
Chairperson Tryon,
Yes.
Vice Chair Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammersmith,
Aye.
Commissioner Chavis,
Yes.
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
and Commissioner Small.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, on to 8, consideration, discussion, and possible action on a setback waiver for Lot 4, Block 18, Town of Manor, to reduce the front setback to 20 feet, rear setback to 10, and side setback to 5.
Okay. If you would like, you can also combine 9 with this. It's the lot next door, same owner, same request.
Okay, want me to read that too then?
Sure, yes.
9, consideration, discussion, and possible action on a setback waiver for Lot 5, Block 18, Town of Manor, to reduce the front setback to 20 feet, rear setback to 10, and side setback to 5.
Okay. So these two properties, they're zoned single family. They are kind of over by, I think it's South End Passes and Jesse Street, over kind of near Hamilton Point. But they are one of the, or two of the original kind of older lots here in town. This is the same setback waiver we've done numerous times, so it allows a slightly larger buildable area so they can accommodate the required home size that we have now.
Okay, do we have any issues or questions on this one? Or these two?
No? I'll put a motion forward to approve agenda items number 8 and 9.
Second.
Chairperson Tryon,
Yes.
Vice Chair Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammersmith,
Aye.
Commissioner Chavis,
Yes.
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
and Commissioner Small.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Great. All right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at 6:58 PM.
I'll second.
Chairperson Tryon,
Yes.
Vice Chair Leonard,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammersmith,
Aye.
Commissioner Chavis,
Yes.
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
and Commissioner Small.
Yes.
All right, great. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye,
Have a good
guys.
night.